to those former genocidaires.
Because you want to make a profit.
No. It's not that. If you go to Walikale, you see that the impact of FDLR in mining is not so big compared to the normal artisanal miners who are in the business. We are more suffering because of lack of authority of our own government of DRC in those areas. We've been discussing with officials to see how we can help them, maybe through all the formalization of the sector from the mine to the comptoir, to see how those who are involved in the business, they're supposed to be only those who are not involved in armed group.
But wouldn't it help to ensure that the changes come?
Yes.
Wouldn't it help if you, in your business, refused to deal with ore, with mineral products that you know come from mines which are run by gunmen?
There's two options. We can stop the business. Let us assume that we do stop the business. We'll be helping really to say, okay, there's no more any problem of abuse of human rights. That's the fact. What is more important is to see how we can help our own government, first of all, to establish its own authority there. And as you know, last month there was a kind of regional initiatives from the leadership of Rwanda and Congo, which have decided to go to Walikale and to take out all of these FDLR. That's a very big move, by the way.
But hang on a minute. Your main source of trading cassiterite for your own business comes from the huge Bizier mine.
No, not only that. In general, in Goma here, we can say that 70% of the material we are getting, it's from Walikale. In Walikale, we have BCA.
The biggest mine is Bizier.
BCA, yes.
And let's talk about Bizier. For years, it's been controlled by the so-called 85th Brigade.
Brigade, yes.
I've been reading the reports which routinely talk about rape, about harassment, about violence and intimidation carried out by the 85th Brigade in their pursuit of control of Bizier mine. And that is the Congolese army we're talking about.
For us, there's no difference between the FDLR and the 85th Brigade. As long as that they are part of the business is there's less moral in the business.
But you've been taking their materials and paying them money.
No. Listen. We do know very well that they are there. But I'm explaining to you that the impact of the 85th Brigade and the impact of the FDLR compared to the statistic of what we are getting from BC, it's quite not significant. It's almost less than 30%. But we do believe, and we're even giving some proposal about that the more BCA is formalized, the more artisanal miners are working officially there, it will be helping to bring it more ethic and more transparency in the field.
When you talk of change and regulating the industry in a new way, is it because you feel an enormous weight of pressure building up? For example, if one looks at the group of experts report that was written for the UN Security Council late last year, it says that, and I'm looking at the report, all mineral buyers are in one way or another violating UN arms embargoes because they are providing money for the militias, and as such, they too should be punished.
Our approach is quite different. What is more important? It's only the UN embargo about the arms in the region, or is to think about thousands of people who are relying, who are depending on this business? We do think that is a way. That's why we're proposing that us, as traders, the NGOs, the UN panel, some government, we have wrote, by the way, letter to all of them. We have wrote to Global Witness, we have wrote to UN panel, we have wrote a letter to several others NGOs. We would like to sit all of us together and to see how we can set up kind of what we call mechanism of due diligence, which will be helping to get a kind of traceability of the ores from the mine up to the comptoir, even up to the end user.
John Kanyoni, thank you very much for being on Hard Talk.
Thank you. Thank you for BBC coming to visit us as well. Thank you. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
In my first days in Eastern Congo, I was overwhelmed by the scale of human suffering.
That one's Maison à Louer.
Yes.
By the time I left, I was shocked by the wealth. In Goma, they have no paved roads, but there are plenty of people with enough cash to build luxurious villas with maximum security. And here is Congo's problem. 15 years of unparalleled human misery for the many has yielded power and profit for a very few. The status quo, however appalling, will be hard to undo.
To get a taste of adventure, you need the right ingredients. A little bit of rat.
It's really nice, isn't it? It's like roast chicken.
Some decomposed walrus.
Wow, that's quite rotten.
A tablespoon of radioactive soup.
I'm really hungry.
Some Burmese cat.
A little bit like rabbit.
A hint of tear gas.
It's going up your nose.